Good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are all around this fragile but beautiful blue planet we call Earth. This is Dave, once again from the depths of the wolves, down in beautiful downscale, uptown Pahrump, Nevada. And here we go with the Monday afternoon edition of Freedom Reigns with your host, Deatra and Wil Spencer. Wil and Deatra, will you kindly step up on the soapbox? Take the mics, click the spotlights on, and you got it.
Thank you so much, Dave. It's great to be here again with Full Spirit Radio and all of your wonderful affiliates. Dr. Wil has been with us for some time, and he's done quite a number of shows with Freedom Reigns, and is such a wealth of information with natural health and healing of mind, body, spirit, and environment. And tonight, Wil and I think we've decided that since this is kind of a new venue for both of us together, we just want to kind of give an overview of all the various areas that Dr. Wil focuses on. Wil, you know me, and you know I can test for everything that you have taught me anyway, and that you have brought forth via the Freedom Reigns shows. So, anyways, I want to kind of just let you give a little bit of a brief overview. I know some of the listeners here have heard you, some may not have. So if you want to just kind of give a brief introduction of who you are.
Alrighty, well, my name's Wil, and I'm in the today pretty much as a result of a lot of pain and overcoming a lot of my own issues from childhood, and some unique, divinely inspired path that's taken me around the country as well as connections around the globe, and a very unique view of the world has come about of that journey down that path, and that's what I intend to share with people. I have been doing it for a while. Is health does not have to be difficult. The body we live in is, from my perspective anyhow, is a self-regulating, self-knowing machine. You just have to know what to put in it, and the environment that to put the body into, and the body just heals. And as well as in the environment, in this chemical soup of an environment that we do live in, we don't have to suffer by doing some supplementation and some altering of your way of being. And a lot of the worries of the chemical toxic soup that we live in, you don't have to tolerate because it's just not there. And
right.
That's what I'm here to share with everybody, whether you're having issues with cancer or digestive issues, or whether it's an environmental issue like they're having around the Gulf of Mexico right now, or if it's the EMF issues. They're simple remedies, well, at least I consider them simple, that are all natural. And it's just, you just have to alter your way of being a little bit, and some supplementation, and the body just fixes itself.
Right, it really does. I know that through some of the things I have learned with you, by using the proper minerals and microorganisms and such that have been depleted from our soils and therefore from our foods, as well as all the toxins that are put into it, my family has done a huge change in health, for the better, of course. I've worked with you directly with some of my cancer. I've worked with you regarding my grandchildren's, well, one of them's their digestive issues. No child should have to go through heartburn and reflux and all of that, and so I've been really, really excited about that. But I know that you mentioned the Gulf here, and one of the big things that are really manifesting around the Gulf areas is the Morgellons, and I know that's an area of your expertise as well, and I know that you've been having a lot of positive results in helping people that are suffering with Morgellons. And but maybe you might want to touch on that just a little bit. You know, you've done a whole lot more research than I have, and I was hoping that this month I would have made it back down to the Gulf, but didn't quite happen that way.
Well, this, in my opinion, this Morgellons is more of a byproduct of industrialization, militarization, medicalization of the planet, and it's just the way the body is responding to all the toxics, as well as the nano type of influx of material in the environment, and whether it's being sprayed on us, which we know it is, at least I do. I'm sure most of the listeners here are familiar with the word chemtrails and so forth.
Oh yeah.
As well as nanotechnologies that I have, you know, patents on that are actually replicating and coming out of people's bodies, as well as smart dust that's in the air. You know, the Morgellons is more of a symptom of than a disease or just a one microorganism type of a illness. I don't believe there's just one organism at the root of it, just like a virus or a bacteria or something like that. There's many. I had a recent client that went to medical doctors because he's having major problems physically with the nervous system and neurologicals and things, and he goes to the doctor when there's nothing there. I mean, thousands of dollars on every test you can imagine, literally, not just the blood, but stress tests, nuclear tests. I mean, complete blood work of everything, metals and microorganisms and whatnot, and he's still having these problems. The doctors say there's nothing wrong, they can't find a thing, but the guy's unable to move around on his own. All right, he comes, puts his hand on my machine, and we read 30,000 frequencies, and it says he's got 9 major infectious microorganisms that he's dealing with, and he's expressed some of the characteristics of in that you know, not just Morgellons, but just crazy that I picked up on because we deal with them frequently. And for us, it was something simple. I mean, I picked up on that just in the first filling out the forms. There was something going on just by what's going on with the symptoms. And modern medicine, if you will, couldn't pick up anything. So that to me is not surprising. It's sad is what it is when, you know, you have to go outside of the medical model to actually get some real help.
Yes, I agree with you on that because, you know, as I stated, you know, you've helped me with some of the cancer that I've been dealing with, predominantly skin cancer that has just totally ravaged my arms and it was taking a big chunk out of one of my legs. And it was prior that every time I would have one sore removed, I would get 2 more. And, you know, we agreed that the only good the doctor was for me at this point was to just go ahead and have them cut out, but not to go through any of their other allopathic stuff, which, you know, of course I wasn't going to do anyway. And we focused on minerals and nutrients and staying away from certain foods, so on and so forth. And I have not had another one popping up yet. So I'm just really excited about what I have learned from you.
Well, that's good news.
And yes, it is awesome news, because they removed 10 sores out of my left arm this last time, each one minimal size of a quarter, and not a single reoccurrence so far. And I know that that's to do with the things that I have learned from you by using the products that you guys have developed and so on. One of the questions I was wondering, this is just, I don't know much about Morgellons, that's your expertise, but I was noticing when I looked at some of the pictures of the outbreaks of Morgellons, could people that are actually being diagnosed with skin cancer maybe be actually having be afflicted with the Morgellons? Because I've noticed that some of the lesions with Morgellons look very similar to the skin cancer source that I had.
I believe
could it
it is.
be that people are being told they have cancer when in fact it could be Morgellons? They could just be secure with diet and proper nutrients?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, that just all depends. Yeah, because cancer can express itself in so many different ways, and so can Morgellons. So,
okay. Well,
yes,
I was just a curious
possible.
question, Okay. Well, it's just a curious question because I've really been looking over the website and I've been kind of comparing pictures and stuff and going, oh my gosh, wow. And then, of course, through you, I've learned that gangrene can be cleared up real quick and easy in a matter of 24 hours just by using the AOT that you guys have, also known as MMS, and alternating that between soaks with the MMS or AOT and apple cider vinegar water. Alternating between the two, man, I tell you what, I watched gangrene clear up in less than 24 hours. And I believe I shared those pictures with you.
Yeah, and there's so many things when you step outside of the allopathic industrial thinking that you have at your resources, and you have a whole other world of possibilities that pop up that actually work. I have a couple of people just recently with MRSA, and they were actually getting parts of their body cut away to try to stop the MRSA. And within 24 hours, the MRSA was gone.
Right.
Same thing. Where that's why I'm. When you put back nature, there is, you bring back some balance. These things, even if they've gone mutated, they're not allowed to manifest any further, and actually they get destroyed and put back in their natural parameters, because like MRSA doesn't really belong in the body anyhow.
Right.
Let me interrupt for just a moment.
Yes.
Sure.
Will, I'm going to put questions. I'm going to copy them from the chat room and put them in this chat right here, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
But while we're waiting for the questions from Dave, I was noticing some too, and going to ask you some of them. That I know I'd like to, in a little bit, kind of touch on mental health and how that affects our physical health. I think, I'm noticing a huge tie, especially over the last couple of weeks. The decline of mental health really affects the physical health.
Absolutely. There's a question here in the chat room that says, what is usually the first signs of Morgellons? That is a very big question, because there's multiple answers. It depends. It depends. It's not always fibers or things coming out of your body, although that's the main one that's mentioned. And there's so many different variations. Like there's a gal that we had came to one of our seminars down in Baton Rouge last year, that she was having these bugs attack her and actually come out of her skin. And okay,